Things are changing fast in the truck sim world, and 2026 might be the biggest year this genre has ever seen. Not only do we now have two brand new trucking games announced, both chasing the crown of the best trucking simulator, but SCS Software themselves are pushing harder than ever. New game modes, massive updates, and yes, ATS and ETS2 are finally coming to consoles. For almost a decade, we all had one main trucking game set in America, ATS, but now a new competitor has just been revealed, and if it delivers, it could change everything. Road Kings is the brand new next-gen truck sim announced at Gamescom 2025. It's developed by Saber Interactive and published by Focus Entertainment, scheduled for release in 2026 on PC, PS5 and Xbox. The premise of the game is not new, it sets you behind the wheel of a big rig. But here's the twist, this isn't just hauling cargo, the developers are promising dynamic weather and disasters that could affect deliveries, rival trucking companies competing for contracts, a progression system where you grow from a rookie driver to an owner-operator. And if that wasn't enough, they announced a synchronous multiplayer, letting players form companies and battle for the top of the leaderboard. It's not just drive from point A to B, it's about managing your company, surviving the unexpected, and climbing to the top. Now, if that sounds ambitious, it is. But here's why you should take it seriously. Saber Interactive isn't just any other studio. They're the team behind titles like SnowRunner, MudRunner, Expeditions, and most recently Roadcraft. Those are some of the most advanced heavy vehicle simulators that we ever played. If you ever had to drive through deep mud, fought your way up to a mountain pass in those games, you know exactly what Saber does best: physics, weather, and terrain that feels alive. And that's exactly what the trucking sims have been missing. ATS and ETS2 are fantastic games, but they're running on older tech. Saber has the advantage of building Road Kings on a modern engine from the ground up. So let's ask the big question: can Road Kings compete with ATS? Here's how I think the things are looking. Although we don't know much about the new title, we can judge its publisher and developer by the previous titles. ATS has nearly 10 years of content, dozens of DLC maps, and the strongest modding community in the genre. But Road Kings is bringing in a fresh tech, from modern physics to dynamic disasters and a story layer where you're not just a driver, you're fighting back against a corporate villain maybe, while building your own business. And while ATS is only now preparing for consoles, Road Kings is launching their day one. That could give it the edge with an entirely new audience. The biggest unknown, however, when it comes to the new title, is the gameplay feel. ATS has nailed that road trip rhythm. Road Kings needs to match that immersion and add enough depth with its new features to keep players coming back to their game. It's also worth mentioning that there's another competitor entering the scene probably next year, and it's not from US or Europe, Truck World Australia. Earlier this year they released a free demo on Steam, and it's set in the Outback, Australia, and it does something neither ATS or Road Kings probably will do. It lets you step out of your cab. You manually secure the roads, attach trailers, refuel, and inspect your truck. Combine that with sandstorms, wildlife, and Australia's rugged highways, and you've got a trucking experience that's more hands-on and immersive than anything else we have right now. It's still in development and it has some rough edges, but the potential is undeniable. So what does all this mean for the genre? For the first time in years, SCS Software has competition. Road Kings could become a direct rival to ATS with modern tech, narrative depth, and console presence. Truck World Australia is redefining expectations with hands-on gameplay and environmental realism. ATS and ETS2 are evolving fast with new modes, heavy updates, and a jump to consoles. 2026 isn't just another year of trucking sims, it might be the year that reshapes the entire genre. And at the end of the day, competition is a good thing. For years, ATS and ETS2 have carried this genre almost alone. Now with these two other titles on the horizon, the space is finally expanding. Different studios, different approaches, but one goal: to capture the feeling of the life on the road. And that means better physics, deeper gameplay, and more variety for us as players. And no matter which game becomes your favorite, 2026 is shaping up to be the year trucking seems truly shifting to the next gear. Until the next time, stay safe on the road and keep on trucking. Cheers!